morning, brother. How's the project coming along, Dean? Don't you have a gig coming up, or you guys are working on an album? I remember you were working on the singles. Slide? You mean like I don't slide very well. Sonny Landreth is, but sounds like they're pretty good. What's up, everybody? What up, Holly? Shabby, what's up? What up, Shabby? So let's open up this song chord charts. Let's see here. I figure I'll just open up his song list and just go down it. What up, Coach? Firebird Blues. Oh, nice. Surge, what up, man? Surge, you sounded great last night, man. Fancy finding sores in the stream. Hey, how fun was Joe's stream earlier? So I've had the weirdest thing going on today. So hopefully there will be no hiccups in the stream. But how weird has it been? Like, there must be a cable going bad on my pedal board, and I tried to troubleshoot it for the last like probably hour and a half or so. And I don't know if one of my pedals is going faulty or not, but when there's too much contact, like pressure on like some of the pedals and things, it shuts my whole pedal board off. So we'll see what happens, you know. It's been a weird well, yeah, GB, of course it's the fucking wiring. That's what of course, it's the wiring, for sure. I just don't know which wiring it is. And then also, like, I'm potentially, from picking my pedal board up and transporting it, one of the pedals might be going bad. And one in particular might be going bad is my actual loop station. I don't think it's the other pedals. I think there's something going on possibly with the loop station. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Nothing's 100% GB, not when you got that many wires and that many pedals. Nothing's 100%. Ever. It's like every now and then you just get ghosts in the machine, you know? It's kind of unexplainable sometimes. I hope this is explainable though. It has, Code. There are definitely gremlins going on in my pedal board. I need to tear it apart and clean it. It's been a long time coming, but it's a whole process, you know. Serge, this is what did it say? Oh yeah, GB, yeah, I see what you did there. Serge, this is my 1963 Gibson J50. My other guitar is in the shop. So it's like, I figure all the things technologically that could go wrong or can be fixed, I want to handle them now while I just got down here to California. It's already busy, but it's better to take the brunt of just getting them fixed now so that they're all good for the rest of the year, you know? When I get home from work, I'll call upon my friends and we'll go bust up something beautiful we have to build again. Wrestle off my clothes and leave them right inside the front door. 'Cause nobody's home to know. See the hammer finds a nail and the freight train needs a rail. Yes, I'm doing what I'm on this earth to do. And I don't think of why I'm here where it hurts. Just lucky to have the work. Sunday morning I'm too tired to go to church, but I thank God for the word. still sit back in my chair beside the Father and the Son. And no more holes to fear, and no more rocks to break, and no more loading boxes on the trucks for someone else's sake. You see, the hammer needs a nail, and the poor man's up for sale. I guess I'm doing what I'm on this earth to do, but I don't think of why I'm here when it hurts. I'm just lucky to have the work. And every night I dream I'm drowning in the dirt, but I think of the world. And the day will come, well, I'll find a reason. Somebody proud to love a man like me. My back is numb, my hands are freezing, and what I'm working for is something more than free. And I don't think of why I'm here when it hurts. I'm just lucky to have the world. Church, but I think I'm for the world, and I think I'm for the world. Paulie, have a good night, man. Have a good night, dude. That's a good way to start. That's a good way to start. That's one of my favorite Jason Isbell songs. Absolutely one of just my all-time favorites. I think I'm just gonna go down the gamut. If you guys know who Jason Isbell is, which I know Coach does, but if you do and you like certain songs, you can yell them at me here and there. I'll do my best to play some of those, but I'm gonna play through a whole bunch of his tunes, and I may even learn one tonight, and just add a new one of his songs to the song list. But he's been one of my favorite artists for a really, really long time, and lyrically is just amazing. He's been writing lyrics or writing songs in particular for most of the country artists that are around, or like folk artists and things like that are really popular around, you know, are really popular in a sense of the folks that know about, like there's like a cult group kind of like songwriters, and you got like Gregory Alan Isaacoff, you know, which he has ghostwriters that help him write a lot of his things too, and stuff, and you know, or David Ramirez and guys like that, or like even some of the Lumineer songs and stuff. They're on tour with them right now. These are songwriters that all hang out with each other and feed off of each other and put out all of these amazing songs and things like that. It's a trip, and it's fun to see guys like him start to get the commercial notoriety and people knowing his name when he's been doing this for a really long time. And there's a lot of things maybe out there that he's probably taking part in that most of us listen to and we don't even realize that he was a part of. He's one of those people. So I enjoy playing his songs, and I hope you enjoy a good couple hours of, at minimum, of his tunes. So let's go down the list. I saw Traveling Alone come through the Chat, and I do know that song. We will be playing that song for sure. But I guess so one of his, we might as well get it out of the way now. But one of his songs for himself that that when he, out of his own words, when he felt like he was a songwriter, finally became a songwriter. It was this song that he wrote, and he felt like he finally had hit that level of like being able to just be good at it. You know what I mean? Like just simply that, just being able to be good at it. Let's see what I think it is. Yeah. All right, let's do this thing. What's up, everybody? What up, Phoenix? What up, Rain? I think Warrior likes Isbell for sure. I'm not sure where. Is Warrior here? Is she in the chat? I'm not sure. Just to oh, you guys is cracking jokes. Okay. I see you. I see you, sarcastics. Phoenix is Warrior. Okay. Oh, you changed your name. Everyone changes their names and they throw me off. So, but this was the song for him that made it work. She said, Eddie, you're better than your winked at me and drained the glass, cross-legged on a bar stool like nobody sits anymore. She said, Annie, you're taking me home, but she knew she planned to sleep alone. So I carried her to bed, sweep up hair from the floor. If I'd fucked her before she got sick, I'd never hear the end of it. She don't have the spirit for that now. We just drink our drinks and laugh out loud and bitch about the weekend crowd and try to ignore the elephant somehow. She said, Annie, you cracked me up, Seagram's in a coffee cup, sharecropper eyes, hair almost all gone. She was drunk, she made cancer jokes, made up her own doctor's notes, surrounded by a family that saw she was dying alone. Well, I'd sing her classic country songs and she'd get high and sing along, but she don't have the voice to sing with now. We'd burn these joints in effigy, cry about what we used to be, and try to ignore the elephant somehow. I buried her 1,000 times, giving her my place in line, but I We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. Such a good tune. That's the song. Ah, dude, maybe we could try that. Maybe. God, it's such a good song. Like, all the feel. There's gonna be a ton of feels in this stream. A ton of them. Ooh, that's a good song to do too. Might as well jump right into that one. I love that emote with the fucking sword. This song always reminds me of my dad, even though the song itself, like my dad was rad, but this song is depicting like the father character in the song is a not so good gentleman. But it just reminds me of not fond of cooties. Leslie, thanks. Thanks for the claps. Get some water. My voice is still pretty trashed from this week, but we always find a way and we stay overtly hydrated. It's none of our business, but it breaks my heart. I dropped a dozen cheaper roses in my shopping cart. Made it out to the truck without breaking down. Well, everybody knows you in the speed trap town. Well, it's a Thursday night, but there's a high school game. I sneak a bottle up the bleachers and forget my name. These 5A passes run a shallow cross. It was a boy's last dream and a man's first loss. But it never did occur to me to leave till tonight. And there's no one left to ask if I'm alright. I sleep until I'm straight enough to drive and decide if there's anything that can't be left behind. The doctor said that he wouldn't make it in. Well, the holidays are over and he's still here. How long can they keep you in the ICU? Veins through the skin like a faded tattoo. He was a tough state trooper till a decade back, when the girl he was his mama caused his heart attack. He didn't care about us when he was walking around and just pulling women over in a speed trap town. And it never did occur to me to leave till the night when I realized he'll never be alright. Well, sign my name and say my last goodbye, then decide if there's anything that can't be left behind. The sun came up, so I slept a couple hours in my pickup truck. I drank a cup of coffee by an Indian man, 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town. 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town. 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town. Love that tune. It's so good. Woo! What up, Kyle? Kyle, how you doing today? Thanks for the claps, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, Jory does that one really good. Jory does it really good. Kyle, I'm doing pretty good. I went on a hike earlier and that was after a workout. So I did like half lifting, like light weights and stuff like that, and then I cut out of that workout with my friend, and I headed over to one of the trails that I like a lot, and I went and hiked that about 4.04 miles today. It was good to get outside and just get some sunlight, you know, and all that. Oh yeah. Winter. It was a warm day today here in the Central Coast. It was like, you know, it's been in the 60s, you know, since I got here. So like almost a month, you know, or like 3 weeks worth, 3.5 weeks worth. No, it's about a month already. Any rate, it went from like 60 degrees to like it was like 82 or something like that today, 85 today. So it was just, you know, it was a beautiful day though. But you know, the drastic temperature jump, you know, makes it feel a little warmer than it was, you know. Oh, nice, Shabby. Nice. Since we're capoed in this key already. See, one thing I really like about Jason Isbell is I like the stories. I mean, obviously I like to tell stories sometimes, but he has a knack for wording things together in a way that like whether they be fictitious or not, they feel like they're truthful and about a real story. So even a real person, you know, even when he's writing something fictitious. But and this is one of those songs from him that the story just like, it just grabbed me from the beginning. There's a man who walks beside me, he is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. And I wonder who she's pining for on nights I'm not around. Could it be the man who did the things I'm doing now? Well, I was rougher than the timber shipping out to Fond du Lac when I headed south through 17, new sheriff on my back. I never held a lover in my arms or in my gaze, so I found another victim every couple days. But the night I fell in love with her, I made my weakness known to the fighters and the farmers digging dusty fields alone. The jealous innuendos of the lonely-hearted man let me know what kind of country I was sleeping in. Where you couldn't stay alone on the plains before the war, and my neighbors took to slighting me and I had to ask what for. Rumors of my wickedness had reached our little town. Soon she'd heard about the boys I used to hang around. We'd robbed a Great Lakes freighter, killed a couple men aboard. But I told her her eyes flickered like the sharp steel of a sword. All the things that she'd suspected, I'd expected her to feel. It was the truth that drew her to me when I landed here. There's a man who walks beside me, he is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him and me. And I wonder who she's pining for on nights I'm not around. Could it be the man who did the things I'm doing now? Well, I carved a cross from live oak in a box from show-leaf pie. Buried her so deep she touched the water table lines. Picked up what I needed and I headed south again. To myself I'd wonder, would I ever find another friend? Now there's a man who walks beside her, he is who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. That's one of my favorite songs that he has. I mean, the story's so compelling to follow, for me anyway. I'm a lyrical person first, so like, when someone's playing a song that's really wordy, I'm like, it's really hard to keep somebody's attention for that long through a song, telling a story like that. There's so many places to fuck up, you know? Thanks for the claps, Leslie. Thanks. You still working, Leslie, or are you off work? If you're off work, I hope you're getting dinner. I hope you're eating dinner. I hope you're halfway paying attention in this stream and you're eating good food. You non-dinner eater. And working, you work from home? Jesus. Yeah, Coach, he really does. Lunar, right? It's a beautiful song. It's just gorgeous. Oh, wow. Dang. Everybody's eating late dinner, huh? Dang, you just 3 for 3. You guys are all eating super late. You have a second job? Did you just pick up a second job? I thought you just worked thought you just worked in the Shire with books. Oh, rough day? Yeah. Hopefully it gets better. 3 jobs? What the fuck's three jobs? What are you, scientist? Come on now, what are you doing? Ooh, need a tune. These are brand new strings. I put them on yesterday. Nice, Phoenix. Strings are still stretching after I put them on yesterday. They held up pretty good yesterday in yesterday's stream despite being brand new. I can't wait till you get paid too, Leslie. As soon as I see some work out of you, we'll work it out. We'll work out a good deal. Sure, that'll get a good reaction. I absolutely said thank you. You just weren't listening like usual. You were tuning me out, remember? Don't agree with me that you tuned me out. That would be like to where you like agree and then like we won't be in a good, don't like. Leslie has a lot of, look, mischievous. Leslie has a lot of angst since she got internet back. I think it's pent up from the time she didn't. She's angry. She's pointing it at me right now. love that tune. Let's look at more tunes. Thanks, Phoenix. Thanks. Let's see. Free Monster, the song list is closed. We're just doing Jason Isbell songs today. We're doing a designated stream just his tunes. I know it's not for everybody. I know viewership could be lower or all of those things due to doing a stream like this, but I really enjoy his songs, and I know there's a bunch of folks in stream here now, and I always say, like, whether who's here and who isn't, I always say at my gigs, the important people are in here. The people who aren't in here, we let them do what they do, you know? They have a good time. I don't think I've ever done Stockholm before. I was listening to that song today, and I thought about trying that song. Maybe it's time to try to learn one, huh? Rain, take care. Take care. I hope you have a good day at work. Ooh, this one's in, how's it go? Or day. Fair enough, yeah. Could be night shift, you never know. I never know. I feel like when you say have a good day at work or have a good night at work, either one that you choose, I think that everyone probably understands on Twitch that it's one or the other. Like, I'm guessing. I'm guessing all the time. Let's try. I don't think I've ever tried to do Stockholm before. Songs make a Georgia man cry on the shoulder of somebody's Saturday night. Read the good book and studied it too, but nothing prepared me for living with you. Shackles I wear, tie me the keys and the folds in your hair, and the difference with me is I used to not care. Stockholm, let me go. Once a wise man to the ways of the world, traded those lessons for faith in a girl. Crossed the ocean, 1,000 years from my own, in this frozen city of silver and stone. Ships in the harbor and birds on the block, when their anchor goes up in the distance with me as I'm Stockholm, let me go. So long, I pray the daylight to come. Folks at home surely gone off to search and gone back to their own. Go. Oh, let me go. It wasn't bad for a first try. I was literally listening to that song on my hike, and I was like, man, I should try to play this one. That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the claps. Thanks for the claps. Phoenix, thanks for the 111 bits. Thanks for the bits. Yeah, coach. Yeah. Well, I mean that's one I planned on learning that one today. So that wasn't like if you asked for it, coach. If I wasn't planning on it and you asked, I would charge the shit out of you. I'm just joking, but kind of. Yeah. But I literally was on my hike. I was like, that's one I'm going to add to my list because I knew that I knew it. Just hadn't been on the list yet. Ooh, it was 1:11 a.m. Oh, nice. Nice. It's not left to charge, right? Right. Monster. Well, so I've been listening to. I really like his songs. I've been listening to him a long time, but he just happens to be my friend's cousin, and so I do have ties to him, even though I don't know him. But he is my friend's cousin, and it just made it a little bit more even solidified for me, like that. I mean, I already liked his music, but I learned a whole lot about him through his own family, which is interesting. And so at some point in my life, I know that I'll probably sit in the same room with the guy, just by proxy of knowing my friend's family, you know? So yeah, I guess there's a connection that way. Yeah, if you've never heard of him, you should check out his catalog. If you like any of this kind of music, you should check out his catalog because he is one of the best at it. Super fun. Ooh, there's... Ooh. I'm like opening pages in my computer that I don't need open. Weird. 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 Why did it open again? Oh, maybe I'm hitting my keyboard. That's really weird. Popped up again all. Yeah, that album Southeastern is, it's so good. Lay down beside me. Close your eyes and feel the noonday sun. These eyes, they remind me of a scared and simple doe before she runs. John was a Baptist. He feel the world could end at any time. You and I are charged with this, to hold the essence of a kiss and take these broken plans and make them right. Daisy May, Daisy May, this hasn't been your day, hasn't been your day. He never touched you. Inside this house he never called your name. So I stay with you, 'cause see, girl, that we don't know the outside world is changing and it will never be the same. My hands, they are wicked. My hand and my heart are wicked too. And all the things that I do wrong, if you weren't giving fear so strong, that I would not be good enough for you. Daisy May, Daisy May, this hasn't been your day, hasn't been your day. I won't lay this pistol down until the sky falls to the ground, and leave him there to call your name. Till man and land are just the same. Daisy May, Daisy May, this hasn't been your day, hasn't been your day. Daisy May, Daisy May, this hasn't been your day, hasn't been your day. That's another pretty one that gets overlooked from him. I really enjoy the lyrics to that one too. Super clever in the way that he played the line. Right? It's such a pretty little line. I love that little line. Dang, it's too bad this isn't a duo stream with Jory. God, man, Jory and I could sit in a room and let's play fucking, like, probably every song. Like, the things that I don't know, Jory probably knows. Like, yeah, his chord progressions do have so much emotions. And you know what I find? I find that a lot of them are based around the F chord, or like the F form chord. And I've been finding a lot of that lately. A lot of the last songs that I've written have been based around that chord. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It just feels like, there's some magic in it. Like there's some weight, you know, to it. It's interesting. Yeah, one day we'll do it. Let's see here. Should we do that one? I'm wondering if I should. No, I'll wait on that song. There's so many good songs, but I'll wait. Phoenix, thanks for the 300 bits. That's super kind of you. Thanks for doing that. I know this is one of those streams where maybe, you know, I'm not answering like requests necessarily, like, you know, all around, but I appreciate the bits and stuff, and that it means something enough, you know, to do that. I definitely appreciate that. Ooh, this is one that. Oh, you earned a new badge. Oh snaps. Oh snaps. Phoenix got a new badge. I appreciate it, Phoenix. I really do. Dang, this is like almost in the same key again. I never tried. This is for myself. I was listening to this song on my hike today too, and I thought I would give it a shot for myself. Give her space, give her speed, give her anything she needs, get her out of here. Give her weed, give her wine, give her anything but time, get her out of here. She won't stop telling stories, most of them are true. She knew me back before I fell for you. I was straight, I was sad, didn't realize what I had. It was years ago. I was sick, I was scared, I was socially impaired. It was years ago. My past a scary movie I watched and fell asleep, and now I'm dreaming of those creatures from the deep. Teach me how to forget, replace the character set. Teach me how to unlearn the lesson. Teach me how to forget, 'cause I ain't sorry just yet. Teach me how to unlearn a lesson. Have a seat, have a drink, tell the jury what you think. Was I good to you? Was it hell? Was it fun? Did you think I was the one? Was I good to you? Now that I found someone who makes me want to live, does it make my leaving harder to forgive? Teach me how to forget, replace the character set. Teach me how to unlearn the lesson. Teach me how to forget, 'cause I ain't sorry just yet. Teach me how to unlearn the lesson. Teach me how to forget, replace the character set. Teach me how to unlearn the lesson. Teach me how to forget, 'cause I ain't sorry just yet. Teach me how to unlearn a lesson. Teach me how to forget, replace the character set. Teach me how to unlearn a lesson. Teach me how to forget, 'cause I ain't sorry just yet. Teach me how to unlearn a lesson. We don't need your Prime follows or whatever you're selling. Adorable. 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 Yeah, that's such a good song. That one's called How to Forget, in case you guys want to go listen to that later. I know, wait, how could you have deleted it? He would have made me famous. Shit. We blew it. We blew it. We were waiting for Harem to be here for 2 years. And now we blew our opportunity. Damn. Poor old Harem. He's just shooting his shot. Oh yeah. That's a really, really, really good lyric. Really good lyric. Let's see. I wonder if we should. Now, how does that one go? No. I was thinking about looping, like going overboard and looping something, but man, I don't feel like looping much. Just like little loops, little baby loops. Oh God. Screech. Let's see here. Let's do. Don't know if like a day once with lovers. I don't know if I've ever tried this one before. Maybe. I don't think I've ever tried this one before. It's called Old Flame. It's a good one. Been meaning to try it. I saw you staring at each other. I saw your eyes begin to glow. And I could tell you once were lovers, but you ain't had nothing. I don't know. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong key. I think it's. Yeah, I'm in the wrong key. I saw you staring at each other. I saw your eyes begin to glow, and I could tell you once were lovers, but you ain't had nothing. I don't know. There's an old flame burn your eyes. The tears can't drown, the makeup can't disguise. stronger. It's been burning longer than any spark I might have started in your eye. You said it in, and when he left you, you saw your love for me is strong. Those old memories still upset you. I might be a man for too long. Is it no flame in your eyes? The tears can't drown and makeup can't disguise. That old flame might not be stronger, but it's been burning longer than the spark I might have started in your eyes. There's an old flame burning in your eyes. The tears can't drown and makeup can't disguise. That old flame might not be stronger, but it's been burning longer than any spark I might have started. Spark I might have started in your eyes. Jory Abner. I knew if I put Jason Isbell's name in the title of this stream, it would draw you in. We were just talking about you a minute ago. We were talking about how if you and I did, we need to do a duo stream at some point, and where we both just like do Isbell songs. 'Cause the ones that I don't know, I guarantee you'll know. Yeah. Be so fun. Oh, I mean, right now, Jory, right now. You're right. I mean, hey, you know what? It ain't out of the question. How you doing today, Jory? What are you up to, man? Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. Here's an old trusty. I've only done this one a few times, but it seems appropriate. Where's that angel with dirty knees who wasn't hard to please when we first met? She don't act like she needs me now, and she doesn't even seem to be upset. Maybe I covered too much ground. I've been from town to town since I grew up. Could my dreams take up too much space and never find a place that's big enough? And the chairs are up on the bar now, and the table lights go black. So I order one last up, start calling people back. Mark sounds good, he's been working hard. Who couldn't punch a card to save his life? Says he's glad that he quit the road. He said he's getting old, he missed his wife. Little Em's been asleep since 9. She says she's doing fine, she always is. Dad won't answer his phone tonight. He said, I guess you're right, the place is ease. And the chairs are up on the bar now, and they're asking me to leave. So I give the girl a beer, start rolling down my sleeve. In my pockets, directions back across the railroad tracks where I crashed. Maybe I should wave down the car. I won't be going far, and I've got cash. Think I plucked just a buck. Hey, said she really says it's been all night. How I wish you could call me here. I wouldn't disappear, it wasn't right. And the street lights help a little, but they're barely half alive. I don't feel much like walking, sure as hell can't drive. Close your eyes and remember this, it won't be back again, it's almost gone. Even times that don't seem like much will be your only crutch when you're alone. Time moves slow when you're 17, and then it picks up steam at 21. Pretty soon you'll remember when you couldn't remember when you loved someone. That line's so good in that song, and it's so hard to like, it's so hard to pick that line and sing it, and like, I love that song because it makes me like fucking like, you have to be in it. If you like, if your mind starts to wander in any direction other than the song, like paying attention to chat or whatever, that's one of those songs that's like, you'll fuck up in a heartbeat. Like, it's so tough. Oh, dude, there's no low key about it. That dude's a shredder, bro. Like, do you follow him on Instagram too? Like, he shows it off all the time on Instagram. I'm like, dude, stop it. Like, it's awesome, and then it like ruins my hope all at the same time, because like I'll never be at that level. It's fucking, he's so fucking good, dude. It's awesome. It's so awesome how good he is. Especially playing slide, you know, Jory, like, dude, he fucking crushes playing slide. Like, yeah, and Duke, he still writes some songs for the Drive-By Truckers. He still does. So, and every now and then when they cross paths, he still sits in and plays with them too. Oh yeah, he's amazing, Jory. He'll be one of those guys that he'll be one of those guys, mark my words, that like, oh yeah, right, Jory? That's 24 frames. Mark my words that I'll make a bold statement right now. That Jason Isbell in 100 years time will be remembered as like a Jim Croce, like a Bob Dylan-esque writer. He writes about shit that, like, I mean, he's not going anywhere. His body of work is so goddamn big, you know? Oh, Luna, take care. Have a good rest. I hope you get some good rest. Yeah, his body of work is just so big. He's got so many songs. And he's got so many collaborations with people that you just wouldn't even like, they're all making like they're all making waves. Yeah, Luna, they should. Luna, I had the privilege for years in San Diego, California, when I lived there, the privilege of playing for Ingrid Croce for years and years. And I met, like, so her son AJ would come in and play all the time. They are the nicest people. They just, it's no wonder like they are who they are, because Jim was who he was. And it's a really, really cool thing, you know. Nice. Damn, I don't even know if I have any CDs. I don't know if I even have any CDs. Oh, Luna, I thought you were going to sleep too. I appreciate your I appreciate the gratitude and the thanks. I really do. Yeah, funny enough though, and I don't know any of the other artists, you know, any of the songs from the other artists, just Croce. Ooh, let me check this song out. This song has one of my favorite lyrics in it. Oh, really? No, I mean, I don't, like, I'm sure I have CDs in my storage somewhere, but I haven't actually seen a CD, like physically seen a CD. I mean, it's been years since I've actually seen an actual CD. How crazy, huh? funny how fast the world moves, you know. Listen, this song has one of my favorite lyrics in it, or just chain of lyrics, because after playing in the bars for so many years, it just, man, it's so comical. If there's one thing I can't stand, is this bar on this cover band, trying to fake their way through castles made of sand. Yeah, that's one thing I can't stand. Yeah, there's one thing that I can't take, is the sound that a woman makes. About 5 seconds after her heart begins to break. There's one thing I can't take. She should have home by now, but I should have gone by now, but I can't. 'Cause one of my friends is taking her and giving her codeine. One of my friends taking her and giving her codeine. Well, their mouths as big as stars. When I saw you behind the bar, guess that's the way to keep on smiling where you are. Girl, them eyes as big as stars. Sounds funny when you say my name. It's like you're chewing on a foreign thing. And won't you get to sleep till dawn if it don't rain? Sounds so funny when you say my name. I'll come home tonight with you. I wish we knew how to fight, but we don't. 'Cause one of my friends taking you in, giving you codeine. One of my friends taking you in, giving you codeine. Darling, I'm not one to judge, but if I was, then I'd say you don't look so good. I got no answers of my own. With you gone, this place looks bigger than it should. There's two things that I hate. It's having to cook and trying to date. Busted ass all day to play hurry up and wait. Those are a few things that I hate. All right, Jory, take care, man. If I come and I ain't drunk, it's so bold to still be some. 'Cause one of my friends is taking her in, giving her codeine. One of my friends taking her in, giving her friends taking her in, giving her codeine. One of my friends taking her in, giving her codeine. One of my friends taking her in, giving her codeine. That song comes out firing, like at the beginning. That song just comes out firing at the beginning. The lyrics though would always make me crack up because, like, I mean, oh man, when you're worn down on tour and you're just tired of like being in bars, period, you know what I mean, or being in venues, and you're just like, fuck man, I just want to go home. Like I just want to be on my couch, or I want to be like, you know, I want to open my own fridge, I want to sleep in my own bed, all this stuff. And you come in and you got like a band that may not be very good at what they're doing, and like, and it's just, you're stuck in there, you know, in the middle of it, and you can't go nowhere. There's like a weird feeling in there. And when he wrote these lyrics, I know exactly what he was feeling. He's like, if there's one thing I can't stand is this bar and this cover band. And he says, trying to fake their way through castles made of sand. That's one thing I can't stand. It's so fuck crazy. Do I know anything off the Reunions album? What's on the Reunions album? Let me take a look. Let me see which grouping of songs is on there. There it is. It's only got the, where's that? Yeah, I do. Dreamsicle's, I don't know Dreamsicle. But I do know Only Children, I believe. I love that song. Yeah, it's a great song. Walking around tonight, fighting my appetite. Every kid in cutoffs could be you. Remember when we used to meet on the bottom of Mobile Street, do what the broke people do. And are you still taking notes? The Holy Ghost took it inside you. Do whatever you put your mind to. And will you read me what you wrote? When we were locked inside the building, over-encouraged only children. Cold coffee on the fire escape, bet it all on a demo tape. You still had something left to steal. Remember when we took too much to get a love, a human touch, hand to mouth and read to read. And are you still taking notes? Hydrocodone in your backpack. Maybe these words will hold your beast back. Do you read me what you wrote? The ones you said I stole from Dylan, over-encouraged only children. Heaven's wasted on the dead, is what your mama said. The hearse is idling in the parking lot. She says she thought of the world to me. I'm glad to see it. They finally let me be an astronaut. Taking notes. Will you have anyone to talk to? Castle walls that you couldn't talk through. Do you believe in ghosts? Or you're lost in some old building, over-encouraged only children? Ooh, what'd you cook? What'd you cook? What'd you cook, Leslie? What'd you cook? Aw, dude, thanks for gifting that sub. Thanks for gifting that sub, and you gifted it to Carrie K. Nice. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for gifting that sub. Over encouraged only. That song is so like groovy to me. Chicken and noodles with, ooh, I can't even say that. Gauchouan. How do you say that? How would you pronounce the syllables in that? Gochujang. Gochujang? The gochujang sauce and miso soup? Gochujang? Or maybe I'm... Does sound really good. God, I haven't had any kind of like Chinese or like Asian food in forever, and it's so delicious too. Gochujang or Jang? Gochujang or gochujang? Like Jang, gochujang? Sounds fucking amazing. Gochujang. It's so, man, it's so good. Let's do this one. This is one of the first songs I learned from him. I learned it while on a long road trip. There's another epic story. I grew up in a small town, so a lot of his songs really hit home for me. Well, I moved into this room, if you could call it that, a week or two. I never do what I'm supposed to do. I don't even need a name anymore. No one calls it out, kind of vanishes away. Well, I can't get to sleep at night. The parking lot's so loud and bright. The AC hasn't worked in 20 years. Probably never made a single person cold. Well, I can't say the same for me. Well, I've done it many times. Somebody take me home. Throw those Alabama pies. You can drive through Talladega on a weekend in October. Head up north to Jacksonville, cut around and over by Joe Speed and Bowling Springs. They ain't got a thing to do and they'll get you every time. Just come and take me home. Throw those Alabama pies. Somebody take me home. Throw those Alabama pies. On this long and lonesome drive, better make a stop and wait. It's the only open liquor store north, and I can't stand the pain of being by myself without a little help on a Sunday afternoon. Well, I needed that damn woman like a dream needs gasoline. I tried to be some ancient kind of man, one that's never seen the beauty in the world. Well, I try to chase it down and make the whole thing mine. Somebody take me home. Throw those Alabama pies. Somebody take me home. Throw those Alabama pies. stuck inside this town, if you could call it that, a year or two and never do what I'm supposed to do. It hardly need a name anymore. No one calls it out, kinda vanishes away. Well, no one gives a damn about the things I give a damn about, like liberties we can't do without, seem to disappear like ghosts in the air, and we don't even care, truly vanishes away. What up, Elwood? What up? Thanks, Duke. Thanks. Yeah, it's so good. That's such a good song. So good. You know, I've never seen him live. I had tickets to go see him live right before the whole pandemic thing started. And those were one of the sets of tickets that I didn't get to use. Yeah. It makes sense, Phoenix. Yeah, it makes sense. I like just like playing these songs acoustic like this, and maybe just doing a simple loop from time to time just to solo over it or something like that. Like, I like these songwriter type tunes and things like that. I know that you know, people want to hear a lot of things, and some people like to kick the doors open playing fast and loud and heavy or what have you. But for me, kicking down the doors for me is like people like this, you know, like people like this kick down the doors that for me, like my feelings, you know. You saw him in August. Oh, that's right, Jory did go with you. That's right, I remember. Chicago, down in Chicago. Good old Chicago's. Oh, Shipley. So they just announced. Or they're putting together Willitown Festival in Troy, Ohio again, and so I'm on that bill again in September. Azarata, thanks for using your Prime sub here. Thanks for resubscribing. 8 months. Holy shnikes. You leg ends. What's up, Brent? What's up, Brent? But yeah, I was saying about these songwriter type songs. Like, I like doing stuff like this to where I don't have to loop. I don't do any of like the theatrics, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And you know. All right, on Azarata, I appreciate you stopping and doing that. I hope you're doing well too. I'm doing all right. I'm recovering from this past Sunday. I still feel like sore and groggy. I had 3 gigs in one day. Brant, you legend. What's up, dude? Yeah, thanks, Coach. Yeah, it's super fun. I think I'll be playing that festival every year for as long as they have it. I really enjoy those boys over there, Glowstick Willie, and everything they're doing, and the artists that they brought out. And we made some really interesting, like probably lifelong friends, you know, at that festival. And you know, Liz Vega and Daniel DK, and you know, like even Autopilot played virtually right before me. We virtually fed him in. Feverish Lemons as well, like from Canada, like we virtually fed them in and played the festival, and it was just so much fun, man. Yeah, Brent, it was a lot of gigging in one day, and 2 of the gigs were very unexpected. I was supposed to play a duo gig with my friend Devin. He lost his voice, And so he didn't make it to the first gig. And then he had an evening gig, which is my old regular gig, which is now his regular gig. But he asked me to cover it because he had lost his voice, so I played that one. At the end of that gig, he comes in and said, because he's bartending around the corner at the Irish pub, and that we had music out, and there was no band for the late night, so I ended up playing the bar and getting real wild. Yeah, it was just 3 in one day, very, very unexpected, Yeah, Luna, it was really, really cool. It's the first time that I seen something like that done really well. It was very, very cool. Yeah, the hippies, yeah, Donna and Andy, yeah, they drove all the way out. 7 hours, Coach. They drove out. Man, what a fun a fun group of people. They really they were literally watching my live stream of my performance, like on stage, and were like, why aren't we there? And literally just decided to jump in the car and drive 7 hours to come hang out. And they got there at 2 or 3 a.m. and then hung out with Jory and I until the sun came up. Went and slept in Jory's hotel room that he had gotten, and then they slept, and then they drove home. 7 hours, man. Yeah, yeah. Music's a healer, man. Like, music is everything. Music's just everything, and I'm glad that those people made the effort, to do that. Like, a lot of people don't take the adventure head on and just go do it, just go. And they did, and now, like, we have a story that we'll remember forever because they did that, like, we all had moments as friends, there, and especially like through this, we met everybody through Twitch. Like, how fucking cool is that? And then for them to do that, to be there in person, it was just, this whole thing is super fucking cool, And Melissa May is in chat. Melissa May is here. I love it. Melissa May is one of my dear friends, and she knows exactly what I'm talking about, because Melissa May and I camp at the Gorge for Dave Matthews every year, and this will be my 9th year, Melissa May. This will be my 9th year this September that we go to the Gorge. I met y'all 9 years ago. Melissa May, how fucking crazy is that? 9 years? What the fuck? Like, where did the time go? Like, where did the time go? Yeah, Azarata, I hope so, man. I really hope so. I hope all of us end up in the same place at some point, and come to TwitchCon in San Diego. Damn, Melissa May, for your 20th? Holy shit. Like, Jesus Christ. 20 years at the Gorge, Melissa May. I gotta bring you a gift or something. That's like a feat, That is a feat to be had. 20 years? You know how many good times that is? Holy shit. If any of you have ever been to the Gorge in Washington to see Dave Matthews, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's just like, God, I get excited. I get amped. I get super excited when I think about it. Yeah, Oliver, man, music. All right, let's do one of his classics that everybody kind of knows at this point, I think, on the Twitch waves anyway. A lot of folks started playing this song, and it definitely caught fire a bit for some folks on here. And right, Brent? I'm getting hugs all around. Luna, you have to go out there. It's just it's just a beautiful place to be. Easy, what's up? All right. It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off of your skin. Fragile hearts you protected for so long. The mercy of your friends, right from wrong. It's not your hands searching slow in the dark, or your nails leaving love's watermark. It's not the way you talk me off the roof. Your questions like directions to the truth. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. If we were vampires and death was a joke, we go out on the sidewalk in the smoke, laugh at all the lovers in their play. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand. Maybe time running out is a gift. I work hard to the end of my shift and give you every second I can find, and hope it isn't me who's left behind. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. KR, what up? Friday, what up? KR, I hope your stream was really good, man. Oh shit. Phil's here too? Oh my god, Yamas is here. We got a legend in the chat. Legend in the chat, legend alert. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Well, maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. All right, Leslie, look at all these amazing names in chat right now. I could use Venmo like an adult. Oh, Frybet, thanks for gifting those subs, dude. Coach. Fucking Venmo, you made me crack up. Frybread, thanks so much for gifting those subs, my friend. That really means a lot. And KR, thanks for bringing your fan bam over. Dude, how was your stream, bro? Dude, we're doing an all Jason Isbell stream right now. 28 more subs for the hair to come down. Hey, 30. Hey, it's look. If you want the goods, you got to pay for the goods. You know. Dark, what up? Nice, very cool. Right, Leslie? Go for it. Yeah, Phil, we're in it right now. We're in it. We've played some amazing ones. You came for Dave? Oh, man. I love Dave, though, you know? Richard, what up, dude? Yeah, Dave ain't home tonight. Ooh, that's a good one. That's right, Luna. Melissa May. This is true. Really good to see you, Frybread. Again, thanks so much for gifting those subs. KR, I got a good Jason song for you. I think you'll like this one. Oh. Absolutely, Frybread. It absolutely is good to be seen. I agree. I can't agree enough. I don't think I've ever done that one, Richard. Maybe I'll take a look at that one. I was listening to that one on my hike too. I've got green and I've got blues. Every day there's a little less difference between the two. So I'm barely home and disappear. Well, I ain't really drowning 'cause I see the beach for me. I could take a Greyhound home, and I got there it'd be gone, along with everything a home is made up of. So I take two to rip, and I take all of what you got to kill this goddamn lonely love. Sister, listen to what your daddy says. Don't be ashamed of things that hide behind your dress. I'm barely going on your bed. Well, I ain't really falling asleep, I'm feeling the bled. You could come to me by plane, but there wouldn't be the same. Is that all? hotel room in Texarkana once. So I take two up to rep, and I take all of what you got to kill this goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. Wanna kill this goddamn lonely love. Stop me if you heard this one before. Man walks into a ball and leaves before his ashes hit the floor. Stop me if you ever give that fall. The sun's a desperate storm that burns like every single one before. I could find another dream, one that keeps me warm and clean, but I ain't dreaming anymore, girl, I'm waking up. So I take two up to rep, and I take all of what you got to kill this goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. Goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. All I got is this goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. All I got is this goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. All I got is this goddamn lonely, goddamn. this goddamn loan, goddamn loan love. All I got is this goddamn loan, goddamn lonely love. All I got is this goddamn loan, goddamn lonely love. Okay, have a good night, day, morning, afternoon, evening, all of it. Alabama, what's up, man? Good to see you. KR, thanks again for the raid, dude. Thanks again. Firebread, thanks again for gifting those subs, man. Thank you. Go celebration! Dude. If you guys don't know who Goat versus Fish is, you should go follow my friend. He has the ultimate verses every night going on in his stream. And every day, every stream. He's a Willietown alumni. I'm sure he will be there again in September. And I cannot wait to hang out and be put in the position of verses in real time. Ooh, there's another one. Let's let's try it. I think I messed this song up last time I tried it. But this is a song that we can all relate to, I think. Oh, I did that one earlier, Richard. Richard, I did that one earlier. Oh, that's right. He said singing songs in the shower too. Maybe I'll try to figure that one out. I'm just literally going down his list, Richard, because I've heard his songs so many times. Most of them I can pull up. I mean, I have a bunch of them on my list as it is, but I could pull up a lot of his songs and just kind of do them. I did that one too, Richard. I did that one too. That's one of my favorites. Anxiety, how do you always get the best of me? How about it living in this fantasy? Can't enjoy a goddamn thing. Anxiety, I'm never where I'm supposed to be. Out here living with my lover sleeping close to me. I'm wide awake and I'm in pain. Watching the sunrise slash through the blinds. Dust in the room hovers over mine. Lying here in silence, often child still sleeping deep enough to dream. And I know I'm a lucky man today, but so afraid that time will take it all from me. Anxiety, how do you always get the best of me? I'm out here living in the fantasy. I can't enjoy a goddamn thing. To be. I'm here with my lover sleeping close to me. I'm wide awake and I'm in pain. It's the weight of the world but it's nothing at all. Lord, it's a prayer that I feel myself. Oh, you gotta give me a minute, 'cause I'm way down in it, and I can't breathe, so I can't speak. Wanna be strong and steady, always ready. Now I feel so small, I feel so weak. Anxiety, how do you always do the best to me? I'm out here living in a fantasy. I can't enjoy a goddamn thing. Why am I never where I'm supposed to be? Even with my lover sleeping close to me. Now wide awake and I'm in pain. A crowded room is a burning battlefield. riff is so fucking cool in that song. It's so dope. I love the riff in that song. With a band, it's just like fucking like it's a powerful tune. The lyrics too. Obviously, it's just like every song that he's got is just got like some extremely deep like attachment to it. Every one of them. It's just crazy. Let's see here. Oh, that's their whole list, I think. Yeah, I was out there. Right on. OG coming in hot. Coming in hot. And let's see. And you have vodka. Right, Leslie? Oh, man. Dang, that sucks, OG. It's Jason Isbell night. It's Jason Isbell only night. Dang. That's rough. Gutted. Let me find one I haven't done yet that maybe. How can we be in service, good sir? I mean, you could just hang out. Your presence is plenty. It's plenty. Ah, Petty. Right. I mean, when we get to the end of this, maybe we'll open up the song list for a while and we can do that. There's a few songs in here. Let's see. Oh, it's almost 3 hours. Oh yeah. Yeah, we might have to do the original songs or song list tomorrow. I want to try to really keep it to around 3 hours a stream. Let's see. I don't think I've tried to do this in a while. I think last time I did this, I like fucked it all up, but. Oh, gee. Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. And now you wear your skin like iron, your breath as hard as kerosene. You're only mama's boy, her favorite one, it seems. She began to cry when she said goodbye. Sink into your dreams. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse as fast as polished steel, and he wore his gun outside his pants. for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, on a desert down in Mexico, when nobody heard his dying word. And that's the way it goes. And all the federales say they could have had him any day, and they only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. And Dusty Pancho bit down south, ended up and on Lefty's mouth. And then he lay poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, and no further bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say they could have had him any day, they only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. All the poets tell how Pancho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. Desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold. And so the story ends, we're told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true. It save a few for Lefty too. And he only did what he had to do. Now he's getting old. And all the federales say that they could have had him any day, they only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. A few great federales say that they could have had him any day, and they only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. Right? I don't see no DMs. I don't see no DMs anymore, OG. You need to come around. It's because I don't sing I'll Always Love You. You don't want to hang out with me no more, OG. He said, but. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's Crystal. What's up, Crystal? What up, Joanna? Oh, you said vodka like me. Oh, work was long? Well, you're off work now. That's what counts. That's what counts. Richard, I'm trying to find a song for you specifically. So I played a lot of his songs actually before you got here. I'm trying to find a good one, a good wordy one for you. I think I played all my wordy ones. Oh yeah, that's the one you said too. Wait. Songs. Let's see. Tuning, it's in D. On the lark, on the wind. You said there's two kinds of men in this world, you're neither of them. On his fist, cut the smoke. I had an eighth of a second of one, got the joke. In the car, headed home, she asked if I consider the prospect of living on. With the stay, held her mind, had some of the confidence needed to hear goodbye. And another brave chapter with answers blew by. And the songs that she sang in the shower in my head, like bring out the day, breakfast in bed, an experience rousing of hope that she'll make it back home. So I'm stuck on my own, stuck on my own, in the room by myself. Looks like I'm here with the God judge worse than anyone else. So I pace and I pray and I repeat the mantras that might keep me clean for the day. Now burrows coming in high. The song that she sang in the shower stuck in my ear, like wish you were here, I wish you were here. An experience roused me up that you'll ever return. So I breathe and I burn, oh I breathe and I burn. Church bell rings, easy to please. And the frost on the playground, probably and his horse on the trees. Ah, Freebird. And the songs that she sang in the shower are stuck in my mind, like yesterday's wine, like yesterday's wine. An experience tells me that I'll never hear them again. Oh, I'm thinking of them, not thinking of them. Richard, I like that. I've never tried to play that song before. I've heard it a million times, but I love that song. That's such a beautiful tune. Matt Burrows, how was your stream, good sir? second free. Bless the little blood pumpers. Tonight we've been doing an all Jason Isbell stream. Oh, sweet. Thanks. I'm glad. Wrongful Studios. I'm glad you like the Gibson. This is a 1963 Gibson J50. This is probably my favorite guitar. My other guitar is in the shop for the week. My workhorse guitar, my Gibson J45, and so I'm playing this one for the time being. Yeah, Richard, I'm glad you dug that one. I love that song. Matt Burrows, we have been doing nothing but Jason Isbell songs, and so let's see. I've done a lot of Jason Isbell songs tonight already, but there are some that I haven't done yet. So let me think of a good one that I have not done yet. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's time from that movie, Stars. Oh, right. How about we do? I started out with that one, Richard. I got that one out of the way early so that I wasn't too into my feels by the time we got here, you know. We'll play a little more. We'll play him a little more pleasant one. Actually, let's see here. Let me check out this other chord chart just in case. This one might be a better chord chart. Yeah. There you go, man. I've done that one back in the day, Sharp. Back in the day. Haven't been wasted in a long time, but tonight it feels just fine. Riding home with the windows up, alone with the plastic cup of real good wine. When I get out of this hole, I'm going to Tupelo. There's a girl down there that'll treat me fair. Forget about the week of spring and the summer's blistering. But there ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. And there ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. Says she's close, nothing left to talk about. At my age, I should have figured out which drawer to put the good knives in, and the walls between the weekends tore off playhouse style. Kept her close, but way too close to me. She never lived up to my memory. Driving fast with the windows down and gas past that don't belong to now, a mystery. When I get out of this hole, I'm going to Tupelo. There's a girl down there that'll treat me fair. Forget about a week of spring and the summer is blistering. Well, there ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. There ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. Rick, thanks for the bits. When I get out of this hole, I'm going to Tupelo. There's a girl down there that'll treat me fair. Forget about a week of spring and summer's blistering. Well, there ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. There ain't no one from here that'll follow me there. Or follow me there. No, there ain't no one to follow me. Amelia Ray is amazing. She's an amazing, amazing streamer. Amelia Ray is one of my favorites. She's rad. I wish I could catch her stream more often. Ooh, there we go. Leslie, thanks for the claps. I like that song a lot. Let's do, let's see, how much time have we going? We're going 3 hours and 8 minutes. Let's do, we're getting close to the end here. We are getting close to the end here. What shall we do to, I know which one I'll end with. Well, that's right, Leslie. I just like to remind myself. I mean, can't a guy like hype himself up, you know? Nah, no hoodie. We're doing Jason Isbell tonight. We'll do all the other stuff in another stream. Close to the end, hard act to follow. Yeah, I mean, well, no, not really. He's got so many bangers, you know. Nah, I'm not doing all right, Sharp. No way. No way. No way. Alpha, it's, you know. Oh, after I, oh, okay. That's a really cool compliment. I appreciate that compliment a lot. Like, thank you. Let's see here. I'm like skimming back through just to see if, guys got so many. Oh, why not? I mean, we could do that. Actually, let's go. Let's go in here and pick it over here. I think I just need the lyrics for this song. I know I probably even remember the lyrics too, but you never know. So this one he wrote about a young man named Matthew Conley. It's a real person. He wrote this song for Matt's family. Matt was in the military, and he got sent overseas. And a week before he finished his last tour, before he was going to get out, he unfortunately didn't make it. And so he was a kid from Alabama, which Jason is from Jason is from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And so he he wrote this song for his friends and his family. What can you see from your window? I can't see anything from mine. Flags on the side of the highway and scriptures on grocery store signs. Maybe 18 was too early. Maybe 30 or 40 is too. You get your chance to make peace with the man before he sent down his angels for you. Mamas and grandmamas love you, 'cause that's all they know how to do. But you never plan on the bombs in the sand or sleeping in your dress blue. Your wife said this all would be funny when you got back home in a week. You turned 22, we don't celebrate you in a bar or a tent by the creek. Your baby would just about be, and your very last tour will be up. Well, you won't be back here all dressing in black, drinking sweet tea at a styrofoam cups. Mamas and grandmamas love you. American boys hate to lose. the same, or sleeping in your dress blues. Ready, full of flowers and old legionnaires, and nobody showed up to protest, just sniffled and stared. There's a red, white, and blue in the rafters, and silent old men from the court. What did they say when they shipped you away to fight somebody's Hollywood war? Nobody could forget you. You showed us what we had to lose, but you never planned the bombs in the sand, or sleeping in your dress blues. Oh, you never planned on the bombs in the sand, or sleeping in your dress blues. I love that song. That's a good one. Have a good night, Brig. That's such a pretty one. All right, let's play one last song and let's figure out who we're raiding. Who are we raiding? Stick around for the raid, by the way. Let's take all these beautiful people over to somebody and have a good time. Armin, what's up, Armin? How you doing today? Alpha, absolutely, absolutely. We'll do a little extra. All access. I'm glad you found the stream too. Right on, Phoenix. Right. Okay, let's see here. All right, everybody, this is gonna be the last song. This is a beautiful song. Thanks for being here for tonight. And if you have a raid suggestion, let us know. Brent, thanks for hanging out so much, man. Thanks, Dark. Thanks for the suggestion. Ooh, Wayne is live. Ooh, we never get to raid Wayne. Wayne would be so fun. Wrongful Studios, right on, right on. I hope you enjoy this last one. Armin, I'm doing really, really good. I'm doing extremely good. Thank you for asking. Thanks for all the bits and subs and all the support too. Thanks so much, you guys. And thanks for modding, you guys. Leslie and Misfits, thanks so much for hanging out and putting up with this stream. Ooh, Empress, what's up? Oh, thanks for the resubscription. A hand on the gun, can't trust anyone. Well, I was so sure what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun, and days were erased with the off the page. Such damage was done. Home was a dream, one I'd never seen until you came along. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. Just someone needs medical help on the magnolia spoon. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress in Richmond on high. Well, I sobered up, yes, swore off this stuff forever this time. And the old lover sang, I thought it'd be me that helped him get home. But home was a dream, one I'd never seen until you came along. So girl, leave your dress up to dry. We're leaving this room. Till Percy Priest breaks open wide and the river runs through. It carries this house on the stones like a piece of driftwood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Said I ain't going out to chop wood, so cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Please copy those raid calls. We'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is an early stream. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be streaming at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, PM. Leslie, Mistress, thanks for modding. Thanks for hanging out, you know. Oh, did we miss him? Who else is out there? I really appreciate that. Like, you know, we get caught up in looping and doing all the things, and I do it myself in here. But there's something to be said about sitting and just playing a song. And when I think about Jason Isbell's songs, you could literally take away all of the theatrics. And his songs are pure and just beautifully written, well-written songs. We should, out of all of those, I think it'd be really fun to raid Sonata. It'd be really cool to raid Sonata. It's been a long time since we've gone to see him, Super nice kid. Alpha, it's okay. Your presence is enough. You know, if you can support, cool. You know, financially and all those things. I do this for work, so I really do appreciate all of those things. But I appreciate your presence as well and enjoying the songs. So thanks for hanging out and being here. You know, I stream 4 days a week right now, sometimes 4 to 5 days a week. Leslie, thanks for gifting that sub to Alpha. Thanks for doing that. That's really cool. It's really nice. Lord, what's up, Lord? Everybody should go follow Lord, actually. Streamer extraordinaire, mod extraordinaire, good person extraordinaire. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody being here and hanging out. This was really fun. I know this was for a lot of people. OG is a streamer. Can we give OG a shout out? Let's give OG a shout out. Fuck it. It'll be like Oprah. Everybody gets a shout out. OG is a good buddy in here. OG is a kind soul. OG streams every now and then. I don't know what his schedule is, but go follow OG as well. Yeah, I know a lot of people may not have heard of him, but I hope this enlightens some of the folks that may have never heard him before. Maybe he took something from the stream, maybe not, I'm not sure. But Rob, another person, go follow Rob. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 5. Peace.